Hello and welcome everyone. This is Amhara Media Corporation, Amhara TV, and you're watching our daily news live from the studio. I'm Gaila Damu. Stay with us. The terrorist TPLF massacred more than 100 civilians, including children and elders, in Nata Klaimanos Kabali of Dawat Warada of North Gondar Zone in Amhara region. Fikar Dizaudu has more.
Amhara Regional State Communication Affairs Office Director General Gzacho Muluneh said the brutal and terrorist TPLF massacred more than 100 civilians in Jinata Klaimanot Kabale Dabat Wareda of North Gondar Zone. He stated the group that has been receiving humiliating defeats in its war front has now continued its vengeance attack on civilians. He noted the terrorist TPLF has carried out massacre on priests in church, killing elderly people, children and women. He recalled that TPLF had carried out similar massacre in North Wallo zone of Amhara and Afar regions. He underscored that it is clear that this brutal group will carry out more massacres in the areas it has invaded unless immediate actions are taken against its heinous activities. He called on the media to expose the ongoing atrocities committed by the group so as to make the international community understand the reality and act accordingly.
Military attaches accredited to Ethiopia were briefed yesterday about the current situation in Ethiopia, with particular emphasis on the terrorist TPLF group. Abebe Burhane tells us more.
Defense Minister Kanaya Data said on the occasion that the grand objective of TPLF from its inception was to dismantle Ethiopia and form a weak nation state. He added that all the policies, laws, strategies and institutional desires, particularly when the TPLF was in power for the past 27 years, was geared towards dismantling and disintegrating the country. Ethnic conflicts, displacement, gross human rights violation, enforced disappearance, unequal resource distribution in Ethiopia are the result of policies and strategies the TPLF has implemented. The minister stated TPLF is inherently related to conflict and considers it as a means of sustaining its survival, noting that this is why the group created conflict and expanded it to Afar and Amhara regions.
Related to this, as you all know, there are massacres in different places in Ethiopia. For example, the massacre in Maikadra, massacre in the Northern Command, a massacre which is newly found in the Northern Gondar, China. Mass grave was newly found. Massacre in Galikoma, in Afar. Massacre in different parts of Wallo. So this massacre and the genocide naturally emanates from the inherent characteristic behavior of TPLF.
Kana explained that the acts and practices of TPLF are against the Ethiopian constitution and the international human rights law, and expose its true nature to the international community and Tigray people. For over the past 27 years, the group was hiding its true color. According to the minister, the realization of these facts and challenges coming from the TPLF have united all Ethiopians across the nation, and many youths joined the National Defense Force. Foreign Relations Director General at Ministry of Defense, Brigadier General Bulti Taddese, said on his part that the TPLF has planned to encroach not only states inside Ethiopia, but also neighboring countries with the intention to get Ethiopia caught in a vicious circle of violence. He stated that, unfortunately, some members of the international community have been calling on us to negotiate with the terrorist group, adding that a sovereign state cannot negotiate with a terrorist group.
Even though we have such a kind of challenge, Ethiopia is now capable to overcome this problem. We are ready to do whatever this terrorist group to attack our soldiers.
He pointed out that the Defense Force is working day and night to restore peace and bring this terrorist group before the law. The Director General noted that the act of the terrorist group has no boundary, adding that the international community need to understand that and condemn the group. Foreign Affairs spokesperson Dina Mufti explained about the efforts made by the government to facilitate unfettered access of humanitarian assistance and rehabilitate the region, which was unfortunately hindered by the outlawed group neglecting the unilateral humanitarian ceasefire.
We have been pursuing strong friendly relationship with the rest of the world, with America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Latin America, and others. We value our role in the international community. We want to strengthen our relationship. We want to be understood.
The spokesperson finally called on the international community to understand the reality on the ground rather than giving ears to the propaganda of the terrorist group.
The world-renowned Ethiopian athlete Haile Gebrselassie has expressed his deep sorrow over the destruction of the school he built for students who used to attend classes under tents in the Amhara regional states. Fikar Dizaudu has the details.
Regional government authorities have confirmed that the terrorist clique destroyed the school in Wagamra special zone. The terrorist group, which invaded the Amhara and Afar regional states following the withdrawal of the National Defense Force from Tigray region as per the unilateral humanitarian ceasefire declared by the federal government, killed citizens and destroyed infrastructures. In an exclusive interview with Ethiopian news agency, Haile Gebrselassie said, "I really feel very sad because I have never seen such kinds of attacks, especially on hospitals and schools."
I feel very sad what's happening right now here in Ethiopia. I never see such kind of attack, especially hospital and schools. I know many places there is just a kind of violence what's happening here in Ethiopia, but I don't see to destroying the hospital and the schools. We are the only one to do this. I don't understand why. We have to ask ourselves. I want to ask the people who did this thingy to destroy the school, including my school. The school I built just for those kids who had no access. Even I remember the time when I started building that school, because of in the area there is no, I can't say there is no house or there is no even just a big tree.
Adding that, I know many places where violence occurs, but I do not see combatants destroying hospitals and schools. He added that, so I don't understand why they attack schools and hospitals. I want to ask the people who did this why they destroy schools, including the school I built for those kids who either did not have access to education or attended class under very difficult situation.
Maybe I cannot bring into justice, but for me, God give justice for the people who did this thing. I feel so sad, very sad. And what do you do just if you destroy the hospital? As a soldier, as a military, you need a hospital. At least just to band just your wound. If there is no hospital, where do you get that?
Volunteers used to teach a few students under tree where Haile built a school. Sadly, the school is now destroyed by the terrorist group. According to reports from the area, the school is totally destroyed and the equipment looted by the terrorist TPLF. Haile said, "I cannot give justice for what happened, but God will give justice for the people who did it." According to the Ministry of Education, the terrorist TPLF has partially or fully damaged 7,000 schools in northern Ethiopia. The ministry disclosed that thousands of academic institutions in the states of Tigray, Amhara, and Afar were damaged by the terrorist TPLF. It was learned that in the past months alone, 455 schools catering to some 88,000 students were destroyed by the terrorist TPLF group.
The Council of Ethiopian Diaspora for Action has expressed its commitment toward enhancing the economic, social and political efforts of the government. Brownwork and Atil Sasmore.
Briefing journalists yesterday, Council of Ethiopian Diaspora for Action delegation head Alabacho Desalegn said the aim of the visit is to assess the situation on the ground firsthand and support in whatever way it is necessary. He added the Council of Ethiopian Diaspora for Action will continue its financial and diplomatic support to the effort to avert the agenda of destabilizing Ethiopia perpetrated by external powers and internal forces. Besides defending Ethiopia, Alabacho pointed out the Council will engage in image building of Ethiopia to promote investment in various sectors and enhance support for development projects. The Council has also a plan to open Ethiopian Diaspora Museum to exhibit heritages which were robbed by foreigners in different times.
የስድስተኛው ዙር ሀገራዊ ምርጫ አሸናፊ የሆነው ፓርቲና ተፎካካሪ ፓርቲዎች ከፍተኛ የመንግስት ባለስልጣኖች የሃይማኖት አባቶች
The winner of the 6th round national election of Ethiopia, contending political parties, senior government officials, religious fathers, journalists, election board members, scholars, and prominent individuals. This is announcing program of Ethiopia Prevails, and a time of requesting the winner party to lead Ethiopia for the upcoming 5 years, and we will prepare a pledge dine. We have also planned to prepare a peaceful demonstration to show our support to the National Defense Force at Mescal Square in the near future.
ሰራዊታችን አጋር መሆናችንን የምናረጋግጥበት ነው.
Member of the delegation and Council of Ethiopian Diaspora for Action Coordinator for London and the Environs, Zawdu Mengiste, said on his part, members of the diaspora community are currently in digital war with foreign powers favoring terrorist TPLF group. He noted the physical presence of the diaspora community in Ethiopia is to identify the ways and means of assisting Ethiopia. Zawdu stated they are also present here in Ethiopia to further show their strong solidarity with the Ethiopian people in this challenging time.
ኢትዮጵያን ኢኮኖሚ ለማጎልበት ለማሳደግ ዲያስፖራው እዚህ ከሚገኘው የኢትዮጵያ መንግስት
In order to enhance the economy of the country, the diaspora community will exert its maximum effort to work with the government and non-governmental organizations working in Ethiopia.
ጥረታችን ይቀጥላል.
Tourism Ethiopia Director General Sleshi Girma said the visit of the delegation to Ethiopia is paramount importance in promoting investment in tourism, as they would serve as ambassadors of Ethiopia. Some 500 members of the Council of Ethiopian Diaspora for Action from the US, Asia, Africa, Europe and the Middle East will visit Ethiopia starting from Saturday, September 11, 2021.
የዲያስፖራ ምክር ቤት አባላትና ወደፊት የሚመጡት ዲያስፖራዎች
Members of Ethiopian diaspora community and the diaspora that will come in the future, we need the diaspora community to give correct information to the international community and international media about Ethiopia. This is one of the responsibility we want to give to the diaspora community. Secondly, we want the diaspora community to promote Ethiopia's culture and history as ambassadors standing on the side of tourism Ethiopia.
ከቱሪዝም ኢትዮጵያ ጎን ሆነው የኢትዮጵያ ቱሪዝም አምባሳደር ሆነው እንዲያስተዋውቁ እንፈልጋለን።
ወንዱ እንዲሸታ ያረበት ራንታየ አንዘረዘረ አንተከከተሽ ባንድ ባገሬ መጡ መሰለኝ።
You're watching Amhara Media Corporation, Amhara TV News, and now let's take a look at the foreign exchange rate and karat rate. That's all the news we have for today. I am Gaila Damu. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a wonderful time.